guys, I'm Nick, and on this episode of The Scramline, we are heating things up with a hot chocolate cake. Now this cake is super simple to make. I'm using kind of like a different technique that I haven't used before to kind of help put the cake together. I'll show you guys that in a second. But like I said, it's super duper simple and it looks great. So let's get stuck into the recipe. Now guys, before we get stuck into today's video, make sure you hit the like button because it actually helps this video be seen by more people on YouTube. That's just the way that YouTube works these days. And if you're new to this channel, welcome first of all. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because I upload lots of yummy desserts on this channel. And if you hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, YouTube will notify you as soon as a new video goes up. That way you don't miss out and you're the first to watch. So to make the cake, we're gonna add our flour, sugar, cocoa powder, bicarb soda and salt into a large mixing bowl. And we're gonna mix that until everything is well combined. Then we're gonna add our butter and mix that until we reach a crumbly, sand-like texture. Next, we're gonna add our eggs and milk, and we're gonna mix that until everything is well combined. Before we add a lot of mini marshmallows. You're gonna use a spatula to fold that through. Now we're gonna spray 3 8-inch cake tins with some oil spray and line them with some baking paper at the bottom. Split that butter amongst the 3 baking tins. Then we are going to bake these and let them cool down. Once they have baked and cooled, we're going to trim the top of the cakes off. I'm using a cake leveler, but you can use a serrated knife if you like. And we're going to trim the cakes into 2 layers. I told you guys we're going to be putting this cake together a little bit differently today. So the way we're going to do that is we are going to be using something called acetate. Acetate is like a sheet of plastic and it's food safe. You can buy it. I bought it at like my local craft store. You can grab it online as well. But what you want to do is you want to make sure it's big enough to go around your 8-inch cake tin because we're going to be making kind of like a tube of it and popping it inside that cake tin to help it stay together. Once you've taped up your acetate and it's nice and round, and make sure it's nice and straight, as straight as you can get it, you're going to pop it in the cake tin. You want to tape the acetate to the outside of the cake tin. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our first layer of cake. So then once we've done that, we're going to add a layer of frosting. So I'm using my chocolate Smooth Meringue buttercream frosting. We're going to give the cake tin a gentle tap just to flatten that frosting. And then we're going to add the next layer of cake. We're going to repeat that until we get to the last layer of cake. Once you've done that, you want to pop this in the fridge for about 3 hours to chill really well. Next, we are going to move on to making our white chocolate drip, which is going to go around the outside of the cake on the top. So to do that, we're going to add some white candy melts. So I'm using super bright candy melts. Again, I bought these at my craft store, but you can get them online, so they're the Wilton brand ones. We're going to add some cream to that, and we're going to pop it in the microwave for about 30 seconds at a time, mixing each time until it's nice and smooth and melted. We're going to use a whisk to make sure that we mix it properly, but don't over mix using the whisk, otherwise you aerate the chocolate and you don't want to do that. Now our cake has chilled really well, so it's been there for about 3 or 4 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some scissors to carefully cut away the tape from the cake tin and then lift the cake with the acetate out of the cake tin. Then you want to cut the bits where you've taped the acetate together to make a tube, and you're going to slowly unwrap your beautiful cake from the acetate very slowly so it stays nice and neat. And guys, I mean, this is a really simple way of layering a cake. So you can do this pretty much every cake. So now that we've got it like that, we're actually not gonna frost this. We're not gonna crumb coat it. We're not gonna add more frosting on the outside because I want to make a naked cake today. Now I know naked cake sounds a little bit naughty, except it's not. It just means that you can see the different cake layers and frosting in the cake. It looks kind of neat. To me, it looks like layers of like a really beautiful dessert. To finish this cake off, we are going to be drizzling that white chocolate drizzle around the top, outside of the cake. And then finishing it off with some big marshmallows, small marshmallows, whatever you like. I've got some pink and white ones. And then I'm gonna be popping some little straws in there as well, just to make sure that people know it's a cake that is inspired by a drink. And that is pretty much it, guys. That is my hot chocolate cake. It's so yummy. It's super impressive to look at. It's perfect for like a birthday party, or if you feel like something to snuggle up on the couch with, an entire cake. If that's your thing, then I'm not gonna stop you. You're gonna find the recipe on my website, thescramline.com. The link for that is in the box below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next episode of The Scramline.